Okay, so this evening I just wanted to do a quick vlog about my research methods and how I go about collecting and collating my primary research for my dissertation. So, my dissertation on explaining Labour's ballistic missile defence policy 2005 to 2010 is very much based on primary evidence taken from Hansard. So what I did was I went to Hansard and I googled every incidence of ballistic missile defence, BMD, Fylingdale, Star Wars, Menwith Hill, many different timelines, keywords that I put together, and I went through one by one and I put together this database on Padlet, which has every single time it's been mentioned in Parliament. I've got all the EDMs, etc. I think it comes to about 3,000 sources or something like that. Select committee reports, etc. If we keep going, and what each one does, just click on it. This is a public document, by the way, that I've put together. For example, down here I've got all the different ads, different ones, different links. So for example, if we click on that, it takes me to the page, or it should do. The internet's being a bit slow. That one might be. Oh, page not found. Here we go. Okay, so I have some way of finding these, or of, even if some of those links have died since I've used them, I can still find them again on Hansard. Still look at them. I think there's been an update in previous years. Let me come to some of the more recent ones. 2007, etc. So yeah, there we go. I think it's because they've moved to this new format why some of the links appear dead. I've used those ones in previous chapters. Let's keep going. Okay, so I end up with a couple of hundred of, or several hundred articles per chapter, and then what I do is I literally copy all these one after the other into a big Word document, which is absolutely gigantic. It's many words long, and then from those I sort of cut out from hundreds of pages. I actually literally read through them all, and I do searches and colour code all these different keywords like Fylingdales, all kinds of different stuff. Green bits of highlight I go through. You can see this page, this is 244 pages long. It's all the main highlights for me of the different Hansard. There's a few other bits in there. See, I've got keywords like China and Russia that I've done a search for and found all the instances and colour coded them, so as I go through I can just see the yellow ones are mostly Fylingdales, Menwith Hill, BMD, all the things that are mostly to do with that. Okay, so then I go through, colour code them, the green bits are things that have stood out. I actually print them out into a physical booklet like this, and I read through, and I put these little sticky notes on them, that sort of keywords. So what was that one? Legacy of ABM treaties through Russia. Why Poland was worried. You can see all these different things, colour coded for different reasons. The red ones mean it's a brown or blessed something. Green, it stands out. Yellow, it stands out a little bit less. Blue is for a minister. Purple's for something mentioning ballistic missile defence, actually in the title. Pink's for something that mentions a special relationship in some way. Orange for an EDM or a Defence Select Committee report. Lots of things. And then what I do is, very laboriously and time-consumingly, I then read through all those, and I pick out, try and condense it down even further from around 250 pages there to trying to get this down to 50. Now, it takes ages to do this, but it gives me a really strong narrative of what's going on. It gives me some really good points for analysis. I'm about halfway through doing this at the moment. I'm up to 21 pages of notes. I prefer to get no more than 50 for the whole thing. I'm halfway through those 230 pages. That gives me a really strong narrative, and then I can start typing it up and add all of my secondary sources to that. And that is how I go about writing my chapters. Thank you very much.